Alright everybody, it's BrickBuilder here, and welcome back to Minecraft Let's Build Desert Village. So last episode we built this marketplace over here, and off camera I added these roads, because the reason why I did that is because today we're going to be building a well over here, just a very little simplistic well, and we're going to be adding a statue over here. So I did clear out some of the sand here, and also this here was a pretty big decision because we're going to be using slabs across anytime we have to go up on the path, so there's no jumping to go across these paths. So we're going to start off over here, and what we need to do is we're going to need to build like this. We need to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got to go 8 out, yes. You got to make it 8 by 8. So yes, some of this is going to get covered, but it doesn't make much of a difference to me. The inside of this thing will be hollow, so that's okay. Because we don't really need the inside to be covered, because we could technically put something inside here if we really wanted to. And if this was a survival setting, I probably would use the inside of this as a form of a base, or a storage unit. But we're not in survival settings, so it doesn't make much of a difference to me. But what we're doing is we're currently just making a little 8 by 8 box because we need a decently big area here for our statue, which is going to be pretty nice. It's not going to be a traditional statue, but the reason why we're doing this is because instead of using a Egyptian god or an Egyptian statue as sort of a, I guess, template or for inspiration, I think I have a better idea that I want to go with. And the reason why I want to do this is because we got to remember that we're in Minecraft, so I want to keep the Minecraft aspect, alive while we're in this village still. So we just got to cover up the top here, though. For sure, we need that, yeah. And then now, what I want to do is I want to start putting the face on this. And we're going to be using black concrete for that, just because I think it's really kind of efficient to use. And we're going to do something like that, yes. But now what I want to do is I want to get the black on the inside, so it's one layer back. And the reason why I want to do that is it's going to give this a nice depth factor, which is something we're really looking for in these builds, because at the moment they don't really have much depth at all. They're kind of just, all like flat builds. So if we do something like that, very simple, but I think it works pretty nice. I'm pretty sure. I mean, now we could just take a creeper face and throw one down if we wanted to compare. I think that looks pretty good if you ask me. I think it definitely works. We got a creeper face there. Maybe even we could go break these off. Yeah, that definitely makes it look slightly better. There we go. Now, we could use something else other than this black. I'm honestly debating whether black hardened clay would look better, simply because the brown that this has might actually work better. Nah, I like the black, though, just because I think we need a darker tone. And yes, this block is somewhat noisy, but you're not going to notice it from a distance, so that's why I like it. Because it's only black when you get, it's only like noisy and really black, but also with a bluish tint when you get close to it. So that's our little simplistic statue right there that anybody can pretty much build. And now we could do is, if we wanted to, we could really add some different, we got to give it some different textures. So we could throw in some of these creeper blocks every once in a while, just to give it a bit of texture and also make it look like it's like a tiled mosaic sort of style, because we could go with that, I think it could definitely really work with the lore of the city. So maybe they maybe they worship the Minecraft mobs or something. I'm not really too sure. But what we can do is we're gonna just keep on going around here, throwing these in. We could do something like that. That's pretty good. I think that definitely looks pretty good for the statue head that we were going for. Now over here though, we have to build this well, but I have decided I'd rather make the well slightly bigger, just because I think we're gonna want it like that. I think we're gonna want a 5 by 5 well or something like that. I think could definitely work. Boom. So yeah, and we'll do that. We use the sandstone around the edge because we're using that as a roadblock. So I kind of support using it around the edge of major buildings such as this, because we're trying to make it symbolic for the road and the passing and the pressing down of sand, kind of. So yeah. Now we gotta do for this is we're gonna need some birch, because I definitely want to use birch at the top. So what we're gonna do is, okay, thank you birch for absolutely leaving my inventory. There we go. Boom. Birch, you're gonna leave again. Come on now. Here we go. So we want this to go 4 up, yes, and then if we make it go like this, we're gonna start with the roof of this. Now, I wouldn't recommend always building wells like this, but this is how we're gonna build this one. Since this is like a key well to the village, it's gonna be the main one, you know, where they get all their water, and also it's gonna be used as sort of a meeting place. I definitely think we get an advantage by building it now. So, because, you know, the little details are what make a village come together, in my opinion. Yes, you can just have houses, but to really separate houses from just, you know, really separate it being a bunch of houses to a village, you really need to have something, you know, with these little details. So there's that. We got like the roof of the well right there, which definitely looks pretty awesome in my opinion. And then what we gotta do is now we gotta have some birch fences come down, because we definitely need those. If we had support with sandstone fence, I'd probably use that, but we don't, so we just have to make do with what we have. And then what we can do is and yes, I kind of want to build this mostly out of birch, just because it would make sense that a well would be made out of a material, you know, that is more durable than sandstone, in my opinion, just because of all the complex shapes that'd be necessary to build a well, you know. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these stairs here, and the reason why we're gonna use stairs is because it gives us that good contrast between this block and that block, and also just the fact that we're missing like this part of the block here for the step up looks pretty nice in my opinion. We could also try upside down, but then we'll be able to see the water down there, which is something we don't want to happen. So that's a for sure no. And I am feeling though that we use the creeper block here just to give it that bit more of, you know, detail, because we definitely need to get these creeper mosaics kind of everywhere around if we're going to go with the creeper as like their main like worshiper or master in this sort of sense. Now we're gonna need to fill this place up with water, but we could just stop there, but I don't want to. Now this is something that I do a lot whenever I do wells, and if you can afford it, it definitely benefits. You take the nether wart block and put it on the bottom, and the reason why you do that is because it makes the texture of it just has a really nice texture, and it definitely works very, very well with what we're going for like the bottom of the water. So I definitely like doing that, and I pretty much do it on all my wells. It's just a little tip that I would suggest, because it does really give a nice looking texture to the water. And now, do we want to leave it like that? We don't really want flowing water, I don't think. But as you can tell, it gives a bit of a nice flowing, like a grainy texture sort of to the bottom of the water, which makes it look like there is something below it, which obviously there would be, because it just makes sense that logically there'd be something below the water, and that's like pebbles or grains of sand, etc. And quickly before we wrap up this episode, I would like to ask your opinion, guys. What do you think? Should I add another market stall here? I was kind of debating it only because if I do, it's going to seem like there's 4 of them kind of in sort of a square shape, which I was kind of trying to stray away from by going with a less structured or organic feeling over there. I was kind of going for more organic and less structured. So yeah, but if you guys did enjoy this short little episode of Minecraft Let's Build, then let me know what you want to see next, and leave a like and drop a comment. If you're new, subscribe. I'll see you in another episode of Minecraft Let's Build. Bye.